Here we are playing Time Pirates. We did another time around the board. Green got snagged by the police again and is just kind of not really making any progress whatsoever. Others are collecting up colored sets with the intention of maybe getting a fairly large contract completed, i.e. a 6-pointer because of that jump in value. Alright, well, let's see what goes on as we pass through. So here in the main area, we had a lot of people caught. White and then purple both have gotten hit. Purple had to throw away a red. They're in the middle of their turn. Yellow's coming up with the threat of the policeman there too. So if nobody draws counters, yellow will also have to throw something away. See, blue picked up one of the big contracts just to score that 7 points 3 times in the game is their view. And it's getting to the point where you might want to think about going and getting a contract no matter what. This guy picked up a 2-pointer, which may have been a bit of a mistake, but there's this real desire to score your points this one extra time. You don't want to miss out trying to get that bigger score. Well, the green player went for a draw here and drew it up. So the next time police that comes up ends the year. They kind of panicked, went and dropped their 2 points off, grabbing something, moving back here. But they did prevent yellow from getting hit by that policeman. He moved through 2 spaces in that sequence. So now we're back to the blue player, and probably will want to score some extra points by grabbing and turning in. He can get a 2-point bonus because he has the white chip there. So blue indeed, they didn't want to draw because that could be a time police. So they went and scored their points, grabbing a thing and doing that. Landed over here. Now we're on yellow's turn, and I saw how interesting and kind of cool what they are going to do is. So they look and say, I got that 5 points. I could bump it and get the 6 point, but I can get another point. They played a nuke that allows them a free transport. They go here. They pick up another blue. Now for their second action. Now it sounds like they did 3. They picked something up, but the movement was free because they used a counter for it. Now for their second action, they jump over here, turn in 6. Now they turned in a trade. They could have gotten something for that and get a big contract there. Now they have to decide where they want to be at the start of the next era. Hard decision. A lot of people are clustered here. And it does look like the best location right now. Just in terms of total growth, this isn't bad either. And it's kind of about as far away from the Time Pirate. So maybe they'll go there. Alright. Now we go to red, who's boned by the Time Pirate. They have to give up one of their biggest color. And they must take their first move to flee, which means they can only do 1 turn in. This is what they're going to do. They're going to just flee somewhere. That's their action. Now their second action, they want to make sure they score some points here. So they've got 2 trade cards, green and orange. If anybody has a green or orange piece, they can score an extra point. There are a couple orange pieces over here. They'll trade for the trade guy, orange. I think there's a slight advantage to that. That's a free action. Now, they jump up here. They turn in only 4. It's not the 5-point bonus, but they pick that contract up. Now, as you see, there's holes in the contracts now. So, as more and more contracts start going out, it becomes harder to just grab a contract when you need one. But they're still fairly easy at this point. Now he gets to choose where he wants to land for his initial setup. He's got a green chit. He'll go down here with these guys. It seems like the safest place to go with where the time police are. Alright, I'll come back when we hit the scoring round, except that's just me writing down on a piece of paper, basically. Purple also has an interesting round to play. See how long I stayed away. They have all these, every counter they have is a special counter. Now, there's not a lot they can do, but they say, okay, this red can be that orange. That means my red and orange are equal. There's a couple oranges here. I can up my orange to 4, but the 4 for orange is already taken, but the 4 for red isn't. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm purple. I can move into the Time Pirate. That's legitimate as far as I know. There doesn't seem to be any penalty for that. I can take a red counter, and now I can cash these so that I don't end up with a 0 for this last round, or for this first scoring opportunity. I cashed it by going up here. Now I can go somewhere else, and I'll come down here where these oranges are, because as long as nobody's recycling, adding pieces to an era, the time police aren't going to come out. So maybe I can score those oranges as well. We'll see. All right, let's see what green's got in store. They could score a 2-point orange. It seems worth it. You know, just a matter of let's get some early points as fast as I can. And now where do they want to end up? They don't have anything in hand. They don't really want to be near the police, so they'll land over here. And now blue, well, blue can't score anything, so they're going to make the draws, and I bet you we're going to see, we'll see. They're going to fill their area, and there's a good chance we'll get the Time Pirate, or the police, up with all the different locations there to fill. Well, it didn't happen. Now he can only grab one piece, and he'll take this because trades are good. They're almost as good as wild cards. And it just, it's not stopping here. Yellow needs a red piece to score. They're not going to get that, so they're going to draw. See, they could move and grab a red piece, but they can't score it then. So they're just going to draw and replenish their area. And it comes to a point where you have to do these draws because you aren't going to score points of value otherwise. Now here's their option. They could grab a red and score it, and I think they're going to do that rather than take 2 greens. And where do they want to land? Well, 2 greens isn't a bad start. They don't have any pieces yet, so they might as well go there. I don't see anywhere else that's terribly better without competition. The red player needs a green. He can't score. Given that he can't score and other people can, he's going to draw a piece. That didn't help. He'll take 2 purples. It's putting him on the line towards being able to score again, maybe. White says, oh, I could get to 2 greens. I don't. That's not going to get me a score, so I too will draw. Orange and a blue. What does he want to do? This is tough. He's got trade ability. The 2-point orange is gone though, so he can't take that. Any other all the 2-pointers are gone, so he can't do a quick shift on anything. Who is this white? He'll just take 2 blues with that trade in hand. Hey, maybe he'll be able to get some good points there. That puts it to purple. Purple is not going to replenish. They're going to grab this. Drop these in for a 3-point orange. This is red, not orange. And where do they want to show up? They don't want to be where they were because the Time Pirate has too easy a time getting there. Or the Time Police has too easy a time. But they want to get some decent draws, so they'll go down there. Now we go to green. Green says, I might as well replenish. I don't. And it'll take 2 green counters. I hope all the Time Police are in here, otherwise the game may never end. Blue. Blue can't score, so he's going to fill. It's a green trade counter. That's worth having. So already got a blue trade counter. He actually... I'll grab the 2 green counters. Go to yellow. Yellow can't score, so he'll fill. And there's our Time Police. I don't know if the fill continues during that. Yeah, so we're on yellow's turn. We'll put him here. His fill will continue, and he gets his full turn, etc. But first, we got to write down some scores. I'll write them down and come back. So at the end of this first scoring period, and these all will get reshuffled along with all the used counters. Blue and yellow, who went first, are in the lead at 9 points each. Red has 4. White has collected 5. Purple 7. And green 4. Alright, after I reshuffle, yellow's turn commences, or continues, and things are now aiming at where they can start aiming at bigger contracts again. And it's important to get them because you still do score them twice instead of just once. And I'll load this up and let you guys see how some of this has gone.